dimly lit room, a solitary figure looking into a mirror, eyes deep with unspoken questions. You think you know yourself, you believe you're in control, but what if I told you that beneath the surface of your conscious mind lies a hidden shadow, an unseen force shaping every decision, every belief, every moment of your life? What if the person staring back at you isn't entirely you? This is not a conspiracy theory, it's the raw, uncomfortable truth. Your unconscious mind is the puppet master of your reality, and most of us are asleep at the wheel, driven by illusions we don't even realize we cling to. We walk around convinced we're in the driver's seat, steering our lives with rational thought and conscious choice, but history whispers a different story. Think of the ancient Stoics like Marcus Aurelius, who said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." Yet how many of us truly realize it? How many of us live as if we control the storm when in fact, we're merely passengers on a ship steered by unseen currents? Your thoughts, fears, desires, they're the currents, unseen but relentless. And most of us are paddling in the dark, exhausted, unaware that the river is not as random as it seems. It's governed by the unconscious patterns that have been set long before we were born. Sigmund Freud, the father of psychoanalysis, called it the unconscious, that vast, shadowy realm beneath our conscious awareness. It's where our fears, traumas, and beliefs hide, shaping us without our permission. Imagine your mind as a grand theatre. The conscious self is the actor on stage, talking, thinking, deciding. But behind the curtains, unseen, is the director, your unconscious, controlling the scene. Let me tell you about a man named David. On the surface, he's confident, successful. Yet every time he faces a confrontation, he feels inexplicably anxious. It's as if a ghost from his childhood whispers, "You're not good enough." That ghost isn't real, but his unconscious believes it. And so David sabotages himself, avoiding conflict, shrinking away from growth. Most of our choices are just rehearsed responses, conditioned by stories we inherited, stories we often don't even remember. We're living inside a script played out by our past, not our present. But here's where it gets interesting. Awareness, the simple act of observing your thoughts and feelings, has the power to dissolve these unconscious patterns. Think of consciousness as a high-frequency vibration. When you elevate your awareness, you vibrate at a higher level, closer to truth, authenticity, and freedom. Low vibrations, fear, shame, doubt, keep you trapped in illusion. Imagine your mind as a radio tuner. At low frequencies, you pick up static and noise, fear, unworthiness, unconscious programming. But when you consciously tune to higher frequencies, gratitude, love, clarity, you begin to perceive reality more vividly, more truthfully. The ancient Taoists spoke of Wu Wei, the art of effortless action, an alignment with the natural flow of life. But to align, you must first become aware of the currents pulling you away from your true self. In this high vibration space, a harsh truth emerges. Your ego, the false identity built from stories, fears, and societal labels, is your greatest obstacle. It's the mask you wear, convincing you that you are separate from the world, from others, from yourself. This separation fuels your suffering, your need for validation, your endless craving for more. The ego is a master illusionist. It convinces you that you are defined by your failures, your successes, your possessions, your status. But behind that illusion lies a profound emptiness, an unquenchable hunger for meaning. Nietzsche warned of the will to power, the ego's relentless drive to dominate and control. Yet in truth, it's a desperate attempt to fill a void that can never be filled by external things. The awakening begins with a simple question: who am I beneath all these stories? It's a question that shakes the foundations of your identity, your roles, your fears, your ambitions, and invites you to see the core of your being as infinite, unbound, and timeless. Consider the story of the Buddha. who sat beneath the Bodhi tree, confronting his own illusions. In silence and surrender, he realized that his suffering was rooted in attachment to his ego, to his desires. When he let go, he awakened to the truth of his own boundless nature. Most of us are afraid to face this question because the ego resists losing its grip. Yet it's only in surrender, letting go of who we think we are, that we discover who we truly are. Here's the paradox. Despite the unconscious forces shaping us, we do have a choice. Every moment of awareness is a choice to cling to old patterns or to step into the unknown, to question the narratives that keep us small or to continue living in self-imposed prison. Imagine standing at a crossroads. One path is familiar, safe, but dull. The other is unknown, challenging, but alive. As Sartre said, freedom is what you do with what's been done to you. Your past, your conditioning, your unconscious patterns, they are facts. But how you respond, that's your power. But here's where it gets darker. Society, culture, and even the very systems we trust are designed to keep us asleep. They feed us illusions of security, identity, and control. We're told to conform, to seek validation outside ourselves, to chase material success as if it's the ultimate meaning. Think of the Roman Empire, which collapsed under the weight of its own decadence and illusions of eternal power. Or modern consumer culture, which promises happiness through possessions but leaves millions hollow. The greatest illusion of all is that we are separate from each other, that your pain and my pain are disconnected, but in truth we are all threads in the same fabric of existence. When one awakens, the collective awakens. This is your awakening call, not for the faint of heart. To look in the mirror and accept that beneath the surface, a silent revolution is waiting, an inner shift that can transform the world, because real change begins within. There's a story of a single candle illuminating a dark room. One flame, flickering but persistent, can dispel the shadows. The question is, will you be that candle? Will you ignite your inner light, no matter how dark the world seems? As you stand on this precipice of awareness, remember, true freedom isn't found in certainty, but in embracing the unknown. It's in the discomfort of facing your shadow, in surrendering your illusions, and in trusting the infinite flow of life beyond your limited understanding. The universe doesn't owe you comfort or clarity. It demands courage, courage to see what's hidden, to accept what's uncomfortable, and to step into your true power. So I leave you with this. Who are you beneath the layers of illusion? And what happens when you finally realize you've been living in a dream, crafted by your unconscious mind, shaped by society, and reinforced by your fears? Will you wake up, or will you keep sleeping, chasing shadows that will never satisfy? The choice is yours. The awakening is waiting,